The Shakespeare Theatre Company is currently producing The Merchant of Venice. Our very own Joel Markowitz recently had the opportunity to sit down with actor Mark Nelson, who plays the role of Shylock. But first, let's meet Linda Myers, who is the resident costume design assistant for the Shakespeare Theatre Company, as she discusses with Joel about how they created the costume for Mark Nelson.
Did he have any say in the costume?
Absolutely. When he had that first meeting with Jen, they talked about what it should be, and we fine-tuned it in the fittings. We decided that he would be wealthy, so he would have nice things, but they wouldn't be flashy. They're expensive but conservative. And that affects the shoes, that affects the tie and the quality of the shirt.
So how many costumes are in the show?
I don't actually know. It's that many. I would guess around 120.
And how long did it take to create these wonderful costumes?
We had a little bit longer on this show than we do on some. I think it was about 8 weeks total, but we had a lot of prep time. A lot of the work has to happen once the actors get in rehearsal and things change and develop, and new people get added to new scenes even today.
So this is your first time working here at Shakespeare Theatre
Yeah, it
Company.
is.
So how's it going?
Oh, it's a fantastic place to work. It's an incredibly supportive company, and I'm stunned at the luxury of the production. I mean, the clothes they've made for me and all the lead characters are absolutely magnificent, and they made them all from scratch. The Prince of Morocco has a leather aviator's coat and helmet, and it was all made in the shop, the dresses and the suits in this dashing 20s style.
Well, we just had someone from the costume shop up here.
Oh yeah?
Talking about your costume, so tell us about it.
Well, you know, it's your basic Chanel black. I'm wearing a yarmulke, black yarmulke, a three-piece black suit, a black tie, and the tzitzis. Yeah, the fringe under the shirt.
So what's it feel like? Did you grow up in an Orthodox or religious family?
No. I grew up in the suburbs of New Jersey, very close to New York City, so I was seeing Broadway shows when I was 8 years old. Much to my parents' regret, they got me hooked at an early age and there was no turning back. My grandparents were quite religious, but not Orthodox. I'd never even seen the tzitzis until I was an adult. But my grandfather was the founder of the synagogue in Westwood, New Jersey, and the hospital as well. He was a great doctor. And when I tried on the costume in my first fitting and looked at myself in the mirror, I was really shocked. There was an immediate gut reaction. I thought, oh, I'm one of those people. I am one of those people.
Well, if you had a chance to talk to the Jewish community,
yeah,
who always is leery about coming to see the show, what would you say?
I would say there's a big difference between a play about prejudice and a prejudiced play. And to try to stay open to that idea. It's a very relentless and painful exploration of hatred and what hatred can do to us and the cost of placing what you hate on a higher priority in your life than what you love. But I think he's a pretty, Shakespeare's a pretty equal opportunity judge of hatred. You know, he sees it diminishing and destroying everybody who takes part in it.
So what do you want audiences to take with them after they leave?
I guess that when what we hate is more important to us than what we love, that we're on the path to self-destruction.
Okay, so let's talk about the rest of the cast.
Great. Derek Smith is playing the Merchant of Venice, Antonio, and I've been a huge fan and a slight acquaintance of his for a long, long time. We actually won our Obie Awards on the same night in 1996. I was in Steve Martin's play Picasso at the La Panagile.
What a great, great show.
Who played Einstein. And Derek was the king in The Green Bird by Julie Taymor. So I met him for the first time that night. A few years later, I was asked to direct I Am My Own Wife, which is a play that requires one actor to play 37 different roles.
And you played it, right?
I ended up playing it, but I asked Derek first. And he was in The Lion King on Broadway and decided, after a little deliberation, to keep the Broadway salary.
Not a bad choice, huh?
He made the right choice.
So Ethan McSweeney, it's hard to say sometimes.
Ethan, yeah.
So what's it like working with him, and what is his vision for this production?
It's different, it's very smart, really interesting. To me, it's close to home. It's the element of anti-Semitism, which I thought wasn't going to be a problem for me when I took on this play, feels a lot more immediate and painful.
In what way?
Because it's New York, which is my home. It's set in the period of my grandparents' youth. So I feel close to those people in a way that I couldn't relate to the Jews of Renaissance Venice. And because when the language is in an American voice, and in some cases in our production a New York accent or a Yiddish accent or a Brooklyn accent, it feels more real. And I think also when it's coming at you, when anti-Semitic insults are coming at you as the target, they feel more real than when you read them in a script.
Is there a scene or a line that's really difficult for you right now?
You know, there's a ton of them.
Well, give us a couple.
Actually, but Shakespeare's given me the greatest response ever written, which is, hath not a Jew eyes, hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge?
I'm Mark Beachy for the Maryland Theater Guide. Have a theatrical day.